Welcome back to the Garden Hutch. Today we discuss week 46 of 2022. Let's get going. Well, what a difference a week makes, right? Week 45 was beautiful. We had, rain, that sort of stuff, 70s. It was great. Week 46, however, was a significantly different story here. We're moving into the end of November and it got cold. Before we discuss the weather, though, I did want to say if you're watching this and you haven't yet, do me a solid and hit that subscription button. Free for you, and it goes a long way for us. Also, if you hit that little thumbs up button, it's going to help us get recommended to other folks. With all that out of the way, as I was saying, week 46 was cold. The highs were in the low 50s and upper 40s on some days, and the lows got down into the low 20s. So what does that mean? Well, it means that the lettuce and things that we were growing, they didn't do so well through that. I think it even got our beets after about 2 nights in a row of being down to 20 degrees. So we're gonna go take a look at that today. Another thing I wanted to touch on real fast before we got started is the holiday schedule for our videos. Now, all year long, we've been doing 2 videos a week and it's gone pretty well. So this is really our first full year doing YouTube. So what we've decided is each year, the second half of November and the month of December, around the holidays essentially, what we're going to do is we're just going to do one video. We're going to do a weekly vlog, get everybody caught up on what happened that week, and that's going to be it for that week. That way we can spend a little bit more time with friends, family. I also realized there's some things around the house here on the property and things that I've been wanting to get done. Now's a great time to do them because the trees have died back, that sort of stuff. So I can burn a bunch of the limbs and a lot of things that I just can't video but need to be done, if that makes sense. Okay, I think I've rambled on long enough on that. Let's go take a look at what this frost did to the top garden. You can see we're all bundled up out here this morning. It's about 22 degrees right now, about 7:30 in the morning. So what I wanted to start with here are the carrots. Now look at how these carrots, when they freeze like this, they kind of shrivel up, but they don't look like the other ones, and you'll see what I mean. And the odd thing is as the sun hits these, they kind of perk back up, so that's fantastic. So as you can see over here, how these guys still have their color after several days of this freeze, and you juxtapose that to now these greens, they haven't quite, not all of them have died off. There are some of them that have gotten, you can see like the black bite on the tips of them. There's a good example right there. It'll break off, but you can see that color differential right there. That's what happens whenever they get a little bit too frosted on the tips of these greens. So we're going to go through, we're probably going to eat a lot of these on Thanksgiving, so that'll be fun. We got the father-in-law coming in, so hello Mark if you're watching. And we come up here and you can see now, again, as we showed the last time, these radishes, they'll pop back up a little bit. Some of them, much like the turnip greens, some of them got a little too frostbit. I don't know if it's because they hit the wood and that kind of stuff, but some of them make it, some of them don't. But this down here has bounced back a few times now, and if you wait until the sun hits it and it perks up, it's delicious. It doesn't get soft or squishy or anything. If you pick it now while it's frozen though, it'll just turn to mush on you, so there's no sense in doing all of that. And this is some more right down here. That is some more of the butter crunch. So some of the very outside tips, and you can see the stuff here that hits the edges of the bed, that stuff will freeze and it won't be any good. But a lot of the stuff here in the middle that's a little insulated by the other leaves, those things will make it, and we'll be able to continue making salads for a little while longer. The interesting part is it looks like we're going to be in for the week of Thanksgiving. It looks like it's going to warm up quite a bit into the low 60s and the lows going back to the 40s. So we'll see how it bounces back. We may even take some time and put some more lettuce in the ground depending on the 10-day forecast at that point. And then our beets are kind of the same story. These outside leaves, the ones that hit the ground and freeze, that sort of stuff, they are wiping themselves out. And then the ones that have a bit more, like down there where they're a little thicker with the bigger leaves, those kind of stand back up in the middle of the afternoon. So it's going to be interesting to see whenever next week rolls around and we get some warm weather, if anything bounces back or not.
Good morning.
Yeah, she's freezing.
Yes, it's cold.
You gonna get that stick, boo? Well, we'll wrap up this week's video with just a few little anecdotes here. I came out last week, right, week of Thanksgiving, food everywhere, and of course our egg refrigerator out in the barn, it was out. So that's just kind of something funny, right? You know, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong type things. Anyway, so we're gonna have to figure out something to do with our eggs here in the interim until I can get a new refrigerator in there. Also, Black Friday's coming around. It's a good time to start looking for anything in your garden. I've noticed that for us specifically here on the homestead, we always need freezer space. So there's a lot of good sized freezers on really good sale. After the pandemic, they kind of got stupid expensive. So they're coming back down to earth. So I'd keep an eye out on that if you need it. So, all right. Well, with that being said, I hope everyone out there has a great Thanksgiving holiday. It's my personal favorite. I hope all you folks take care of yourselves. Peace.